health, and bring genuine comfort and peace of mind back into your life. So, if you've been feeling a bit off or if something's been bothering you, both physically and mentally, stick with us. You're exactly who this video is for because sometimes the smallest signals are the most crucial. 1. The subtle itch on your lower legs and what it's really saying about your heart. Let me ask you something personal. Have your lower legs, shins, calves, or ankles been unusually itchy lately? Not just a bit dry or flaky, but more of a persistent, nagging itch that comes and goes, especially at night or after you've been sitting for a while. No rash, no bug bites, no new laundry detergent, just the itch. Most people tend to ignore it. They might apply some lotion, elevate their legs, and move on. But what if I told you that itch could actually be a sign that your circulation is trying to grab your attention? Your legs, particularly the lower ones, are often the first place your body shows signs of poor blood flow. For older adults, especially those over 65, persistent itchiness in these areas can be an early indicator of peripheral artery disease, PAD. PAD occurs when the blood vessels in your legs begin to narrow or become blocked. This doesn't just make your legs feel tired. It deprives your skin of oxygen and essential nutrients, making it dry, sensitive, and yes, itchy. But here's the concerning part. PAD doesn't stop with your legs. It's also closely linked to heart attacks, strokes, and even memory loss. Because if your blood isn't flowing well in one area, it's likely facing trouble elsewhere as well. Let's consider a real-life example, Harold and Dennis, a story of two friends. Harold and Dennis are both 82 years old and have lived in the same neighborhood for almost 4 decades. They grew up on hard work, home-cooked meals, and no-nonsense thinking. Harold still gets up at 7 every morning, slips on his walking shoes, and takes a slow walk around the block. He regularly checks his legs, watching for swelling, changes in skin color, and yes, even those occasional itches. Dennis, on the other hand, has slowed down a lot since his wife passed away. He spends more time indoors, sitting for longer periods and sleeping in later. He started noticing that strange itch on his lower legs, especially after dinner or when getting into bed. At first, he thought it was just dry skin from the winter air. But no lotion seemed to help. Then came the cramps in his calves, followed by fatigue. By the time Dennis finally got checked, doctors found poor blood circulation in both legs and a 60% blockage in an artery near his heart. That little itch was his first sign, but Dennis didn't realize it. Your legs are often referred to as your second heart, because they help push blood back toward your chest and brain. When veins and arteries don't function well due to age, high blood pressure, cholesterol, or simply sitting too much, blood begins to pool and your skin becomes the first victim. Without proper blood flow, your skin dries out because it's not getting the nutrients it needs. Nerve endings become irritated, leading to that tingling itch. Over time, muscles don't recover as quickly, making your legs weaker. Here's the concerning part. Poor circulation isn't just uncomfortable, it's dangerous. If ignored, it can lead to ulcers, infections, and severe heart complications. But the good news is you don't need to run a marathon to improve circulation. Doctors and vascular specialists recommend daily movement. Even 10 to 15 minutes of slow walking, 2 to 3 times a day, can make a difference. Compression socks. These gentle socks help push blood upward and prevent it from pooling. Hydration. Aim for 6 to 8 cups of water daily unless your doctor suggests otherwise. A reduced salt intake. Excess sodium causes water retention and worsens circulation, especially in the legs. Leg elevation. If you sit for long periods, elevate your feet for 15 to 20 minutes at a time. Get a vascular checkup. A simple non-invasive ankle brachial index test can assess your circulation. Something many people overlook. Pain often appears in those who don't feel sick. You could appear totally healthy on the outside, but your veins might be telling a different story. So, if your lower legs itch for no apparent reason and it won't go away, stop blaming the dry air and start listening to your body. That itch could be a sign from your circulatory system saying, something's not right down here. Don't ignore it. Take small steps today to protect your heart, your brain, and your independence. Often, the path to a longer, healthier life starts by noticing the signals your body is sending. 2. That itch you can't reach. why your back might need help. Picture this. It's the middle of the night and you wake up, just like the night before, scratching that same spot between your shoulder blades. No rash, no bumps, no mosquito bites, just that relentless itch. You reach around with your hand, try to rub it on the door frame, maybe grab a back scratcher. It gives you a brief moment of relief, but then it comes right back. You change body washes, use a heavier lotion, and even switch your detergent, but nothing works. Here's the truth. If you're over 65 and dealing with persistent itching on your upper or middle back, especially at night or when lying down, the issue might not be your skin at all. It could be your organs, specifically your liver or kidneys, sending an early warning. The liver and kidneys are your body's silent workhorses. Every day, they filter over 50 gallons of blood, remove toxins, break down medications, and help balance your fluids and nutrients. But when these organs begin to struggle, especially with age, the waste that should have been flushed out starts to accumulate in your system. Where does that buildup often first show up? Your skin, particularly in areas with a lot of nerve endings, like your upper and mid-back. This type of itch isn't random, it's your body signaling, hey, something's not getting cleared out as it should. While this itch might not be dangerous on its own, it could serve as a red flag for deeper issues like early-stage kidney dysfunction, liver congestion, fatty liver disease, medication overload, dehydration, salt imbalances, or even side effects from long-term prescriptions. Take Dorothy and Janice, for example. They've been friends for over 30 years and both live in the same retirement community at 76 years old. However, their health habits couldn't be more different. Dorothy stays hydrated, eats fresh foods, and never misses a checkup. Her skin is clear, soft, and she rarely has any issues. Janice, however, has been feeling more tired lately. She naps more often, notices slight swelling in her ankles, and that annoying itch on her back has kept her awake at night for weeks. She tried switching lotions, washing her sheets more often, and even blamed her new fabric softener, but nothing worked. When she mentioned it to her doctor during her next visit, the doctor ran a simple blood panel. It turned out that Janice's kidney numbers were off. She wasn't in full kidney failure, but her filtration rate was down, and her sodium levels were imbalanced. That back itch wasn't caused by detergent, it was due to toxins her kidneys couldn't filter fast enough. She wouldn't have known if she hadn't spoken up. If your back has been itching for weeks with no rash or visible cause, don't just grab another lotion bottle. Here's what you should do instead. Ask for a blood test. A standard comprehensive metabolic panel, CMP, checks kidney and liver function. It's quick, easy, and can help catch problems early. Stay hydrated. Many seniors don't drink enough. Aim for 6 to 8 cups of water daily unless you've been told otherwise. Watch your salt intake. Too much sodium can overwork your kidneys, contributing to swelling, fatigue, and yes, skin irritation. Cut back on processed foods. Packaged meals, canned soups, and deli meats can stress the liver and kidneys due to preservatives and additives. Review your medications. Some prescriptions, especially for blood pressure, cholesterol, or pain, can strain your liver. Bring a full list to your doctor and ask, are any of these hard on my kidneys or liver? Remember, itching from internal causes won't go away with creams or moisturizers. It's your clue that the problem is coming from the inside, not the outside. Studies show that chronic kidney disease affects over 1 in 7 adults in the US, and many don't know until it's advanced. The liver can also quietly accumulate fat or scar tissue over years without any noticeable symptoms until something triggers it. But your skin, it whispers early, telling you to check in before it's too late. If your back has been itching more than usual, especially at night, don't ignore it. Don't chalk it up to getting older. Take it as an invitation to listen to your body, ask questions, and care for the organs that have cared for you all your life. The best health decisions don't start in a hospital. They start with paying attention in the quiet of your own home. 3. That itch on your head or neck, could it be your skin or stress? Have you ever found yourself scratching your head or rubbing the back of your neck over and over without really knowing why? No rash, no flakes, no change in shampoo, just that persistent, odd crawling itch that doesn't seem to go away. You try switching to a gentler soap, change your pillowcases, and wonder if it's just old age playing tricks on your skin. But what if the real problem isn't your skin at all? What if it's coming from within? Your nerves, stress levels, or emotional load? As we age, our nervous system becomes more sensitive and less forgiving. It doesn't recover from stress the way it used to. Years of worry, grief, isolation, or even unspoken tension can slowly accumulate in the body until it manifests in strange ways. One common way this shows up in older adults is a persistent itch right on the scalp or neck. Here's something most people don't realize. Your scalp and neck are full of nerve endings. When your nervous system is overworked or inflamed, those nerves can send misfired signals, tricking your brain into thinking the area is itchy, even when there's no real cause. When there's no external trigger, doctors refer to this as neuropathic itch or psychogenic itch. But what it really means is this. Your body is processing stress, and it's doing so through your skin. Let me share a story about two old friends, Leonard and Ray. Both are 78 years old and retired 5 years ago. Leonard spends his days gardening, taking short walks, and chatting with neighbors on his porch. He's even picked up light meditation. Life is quieter now, but he stays connected. Ray, on the other hand, has found retirement more difficult. He used to be a busy mechanic, always moving, always fixing things. Now, the silence in his home feels heavy. He watches too much news and misses the old busy days but doesn't quite know how to fill his time. Lately, Ray has been scratching his head and neck throughout the day. At first, he thought it was his shampoo, then his new pillow, but nothing helped. No visible rash, no dryness, just a constant itch. What Ray didn't know is that his nervous system was carrying unresolved emotional tension. His body was in a constant low-level state of alert, always bracing and never relaxing. That itch? It was his nervous system signaling, waving a white flag. Research shows that chronic stress can physically alter the way our nerves behave, particularly in the scalp, neck, shoulders, and back. In seniors, the body's ability to regulate cortisol, the stress hormone, slows down. Instead of calming after a stressful moment, your system stays in high alert. This tension often leaks into the skin, causing constant itching, tingling, or crawling sensations in the scalp or neck, tightness in the shoulders, trouble sleeping even when you're exhausted. But here's the positive part. You can reverse this gently and at your own pace. Here are some simple, proven steps to calm your nervous system and ease that itch from the inside out. A deep breathing exercises. Just 5 minutes a day can lower cortisol levels and reduce nerve sensitivity. Get outdoors. A 15-minute walk in fresh air can reset both your nervous system and your mood. Stay connected. Weekly phone calls, shared meals, or time with grandchildren can act as powerful stress relievers. Journaling before bed, writing down your thoughts, even for just a few lines, can release emotional pressure and help your brain close open tabs. Limit negative media. Reducing stressful TV or news, especially at night, gives your mind more space to relax. Consider magnesium-rich foods. Leafy greens, nuts, or bananas are good sources. Magnesium supports nerve function and helps calm stress. If the itch still won't go away after trying these steps, it's worth speaking with your doctor. They may check for nerve-related conditions, such as early neuropathy, or subtle changes in brain chemistry that affect emotional regulation. Growing older brings new kinds of quiet challenges, not all of them loud. Some whisper, like a restless night, a racing thought, or a tiny itch that won't quit. But the solution isn't always more lotion or a new shampoo. Sometimes the answer is something deeper, a signal to slow down, reconnect, and allow your nervous system to recover. So, if you've been scratching your head more than usual lately, ask yourself not just what you're feeling, but how you're feeling. Your skin might be telling the story, but your heart is the one writing it. For the silent itch on your chest or belly, a subtle cry for nutrition. Let's discuss an itch that might not make much noise but can carry a powerful message. You might feel it across your chest or stomach, just a mild, nagging itch with no rash, allergy, or clear cause. You switch soaps, try a different body wash, and even buy the sensitive skin lotion from the pharmacy, but the itching persists. At first, it seems like nothing, but what if that itch was your body's way of whispering something far more serious, something like, "I'm running on empty"? Most people associate malnutrition with extreme weight loss or starvation, but in seniors, hidden malnutrition is much more common and much more dangerous. You can look perfectly healthy on the outside, maintain your weight, and still be severely lacking in key nutrients on the inside. When your body doesn't get enough of the essentials, vitamin B12, magnesium, zinc, omega-3 fatty acids, your skin is often the first to suffer. Because the chest and abdomen are filled with nerve endings and blood vessels, and they react quickly when something's off. That unexplained itch? It might not be dry skin. It could be a sign of nutritional distress. Joyce and Elaine, both 81, live just a few houses apart and often bump into each other at the local senior center. Joyce still enjoys cooking. Her meals are smaller than they used to be, sure, but they're colorful, a little chicken, some steamed greens, a few blueberries on the side. Elaine, on the other hand, has lost her appetite recently. Cooking feels like a chore, so she often grabs crackers, canned soup, toast, or a bit of pudding for dinner. A few weeks ago, Elaine noticed something strange. Her chest itched after every meal, then her belly. No rash, no redness, just a strange, tight itchiness, especially in the evenings. She thought it was her detergent or maybe her bra. What Elaine didn't know is that her body wasn't getting the essential nutrients needed to keep her skin, nerves, and immune system functioning properly. When her daughter took her for a checkup, blood work revealed low levels of B12 and magnesium, both critical for nerve health and skin hydration. That itch on her chest and abdomen wasn't random. It was a subtle red flag, waving long before bigger issues arrived. As we age, several changes occur. Our appetite naturally decreases. Our stomachs produce less acid, which is needed to absorb nutrients like B12 and iron. Many seniors also take medications that interfere with nutrient absorption. We feel full faster, leading to smaller meals with fewer nutrients, and sometimes loneliness or grief leads to skipping meals altogether. Here's the danger. When our bodies are starved of essential nutrients, even just a little bit every day, they don't always scream for help. Sometimes they simply itch. If we miss this early sign, it can lead to a weakened immune system, tiredness, confusion, dry, irritated skin, muscle loss, and delayed wound healing. You don't need a fancy diet or expensive supplements. You just need intentional nutrition. Here are some simple ways to get started. Add a boiled egg to your breakfast. It's rich in B12 and protein. Snack on a handful of almonds or walnuts, which are packed with magnesium and healthy fats. Include berries or citrus with lunch. They're great for vitamin C and antioxidants. Have a few bites of lean protein each day, chicken, fish, or even beans. Consider a high-quality senior multivitamin, especially if you've been skipping meals or eating light. Also, keep an eye on medications. Drugs like diuretics, acid blockers, or cholesterol medications can quietly deplete nutrients over time. Talk to your doctor or pharmacist about possible interactions with your nutrition. Your body is like a car. It doesn't need a full tank every day, but it does need the right kind of fuel to keep moving, healing, and thinking clearly. So, if your chest or belly has been itching more than usual, and you haven't been eating as well as you once did, take a moment, not just to scratch, but to nourish. That itch might be your body saying, "I'm doing my best. Please help me keep going." Even one small change, a better snack, a little hydration, a few deep breaths, can make a big difference in how you feel, how you sleep, and how you show up each day. It's funny, isn't it? How something as small as an itch, something we've all brushed off 1,000 times, could be our body's way of starting a deeper conversation. Not a scream. Not a siren. Just a whisper. A whisper that says, "Pay attention to me. I'm still here. I still want to take care of you if you'll take care of me." Each of these small itches, on your legs, back, scalp, or belly, might seem trivial on their own, but when they appear together, they create a subtle pattern. A pattern that could point to issues with your circulation, liver, nerves, nutrition, or even your overall vitality. This isn't about fear. It's about awareness. It's about recognizing that your body has carried you through 60, 70, 80 years, or more, of experiences, joy, heartbreak, quiet mornings, and long nights. Even now, it's still doing its best to speak up and serve you. So, if even one of these signs felt familiar to you today, don't brush it off. Don't simply chalk it up to aging. Instead, see it for what it truly is, an opportunity. An opportunity to move a little more, even if it's just a walk to the mailbox and back. To eat a little better, not perfectly, but more mindfully. To rest more deeply, with less guilt and more gratitude. To listen to your body's quiet signals before they turn into louder calls for attention. Getting older isn't the end of the story, it's the beginning of a wiser chapter. One where you can live not just longer, but with more clarity, independence, and joy in the small moments. So tonight, as you brush your hair or settle into bed, ask yourself, have I been listening to what my body has been trying to tell me? Because the truth is, your body isn't just aging, it's evolving. And it still wants to carry you forward with strength, dignity, and grace. All you have to do is listen. If this video helped you reflect, learn something new, or simply feel seen, please take a moment to like it. It may seem like a small gesture, but it really helps more seniors discover helpful, hopeful content like this. And if you know a friend, neighbor, or loved one who has been quietly struggling with their health or ignoring those small warning signs, share this video with them. It could be the gentle nudge they've been needing. Your support means the world to us. It's what keeps this channel going and growing. From all of us here at Senior Wisdom, thank you for watching, for listening, and for taking care of yourself. We'll see you in the next video. Until then, stay well, stay curious, and always stay kind to your body.